Hello everybody. I'm sure that it's Monday afternoon. I'm sure that after Friday's clip you will all be going, but we want to see the craft room, because a couple people have already said they want to see the craft room. So, be forewarned, it's still a mess. It's still not organized. You have been warned. So, I will pause so I can put the camera back around. Alright, see, I told you it was still a mess. It's still a mess. So, I'm standing in the doorway right now. Hallway. The rest of my messy house. Yeah. So, I have paper stuff here. This bag is all of my paper pumpkin kits that are not put together yet. I have all of the things for the paper pumpkins, but the stamps and the inks, the stamp spots, still in the boxes, so that if I want something, I just need to find the box and whip it up. And the boxes are labeled with the month they were, which will be relevant in a second. The top of the dresser for the paper crafting, as you can see, it's a mess. It's a fabulous mess. Eventually, I'm going to set my Cuttlebug, that thing, my Cuttlebug up on it. Yes, those are those throw it down and pop it toys. One of my foster babies thought they were great. Eventually going to set the Cuttlebug up so that all I have to do when I want to die cut something is slap the Cuttlebug down, crank it, and go. Now I am a pretty serious paper crafter, so I don't know what's in some of these. Oh, that doesn't go in there. That doesn't go in there. So this is all of the adhesives, and this is like all, well, that's not adhesive. That's not adhesive. There were some things sitting out when we were moving stuff. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's an ATG gun. So as you can see, just all kinds of glues and adhesives. I'm going to, at some point, trim this drawer down to just paper crafting adhesives. Because, yeah, I have, like, all of my glues and everything in there. This is my tacky glue that I use. I use it for paper crafting, and I use it for gluing on my stitching if I need to, like when I need to tack my stitching down. It's the Aleene's tacky glue. It's great stuff. This is the drawer of paper. As you can see, Christmas is on the top. These are all of the design papers I have. Probably going to get rearranged at some point, because I can't find anything in here. Can't find anything in here. Oh, we're sitting down. I just want thud. This is ribbons and twines and ribbons and twines and things that are not ribbons and twines. Card bases that I didn't know I had. More card bases that I didn't know I had. There's some washi tape in here. It's supposed to be just ribbons and twine. As you can see, I need to do some cleaning and some organizing. And then underneath, I have, these should be the dies. Yes, these are all my dies. And I just have them on, it's a piece of thin magnet that had adhesive on the back. Look at what I just did. It had adhesive on the back, and I put it on a piece of craft cardstock, which is heavier than regular cardstock. And I just made a mess. The reason I made it flexible was so that when I went to take a die off, you know, they wouldn't fight me. Of course you do that when you're messing with it, the whole thing. Okay, well, we'll fix that later. Like, really, no big deal. There's more paper in here. At one point, this was just packs of papers. That's kind of been decimated into random scattered bits, along with that drawer. I have a paper problem. More paper. This is all solid cardstock, so solid colored, either solid colored or solid white. Makes it a little easier to find. I have a pack somewhere of very vanilla. Just knock some trash over. So eventually I'm going to put all of the paper in another tub like this that I have up there. I'll show you that in a minute. This is embellishments. So leftover bits from various paper pumpkin kits or other Stampin' Up! Bits that I have are in here, because with paper pumpkin you get a little bit more than what you actually need for most things. So stickers, card bits, bling, because you know it's got a glitter, twine, and those are Stampin' Up! Bits. Those are Stampin' Up! Bits. Yeah, it's a lot of stickers. Birthday stuff, lots of stickers. Lots of stickers. Love me some stickers. If you can't tell. That's not gonna close. See, told you. Alright, this is my stamp sets. So these are all of the paper pumpkins, or not the paper pumpkins. These are all of the Stampin' Up! Sets that I have. I don't have a lot. But, so clear mounts, or, you know, clear mounts. Apparently I have a lot of clear mounts. Oh, these are the rubbers. Wow, that sounded wrong. These are rubber stamps. I bought these used. These are rubber stamps, but they mount onto a clear block. And then there's some mounted stamps, you know, wood block mounted stamps. Are these paper pumpkins? Yes. So I keep all of my paper pumpkin stamps in a zip top bag. They are labeled with, you can see it right there. They're labeled with the month that they came in. So that way if I do a card out of the kit, I know what month it goes with. But I can use them for other cards too, cards I designed myself. And just bags of other packs of stamps. Because I have no other way of storing them. There's some embossing folders in here. And such. Oh, this is going to be way more than 15 minutes. This is probably going to get its own. It's not going to be part of my weekly clips. It's going to be its own thing. So these are inks. So Joe got me a couple of sets of ink pads for my birthday last year. So these are the old pads. These are the new ones. These are nicer than these. But I prefer these guys. I have a much easier time controlling the Stampin' Spots than I do the stamping pads. And my blocks for stamping, my stamp apparatus for stamping, distressing kit, some various other brands of ink I have. This is actually a stamp set. Now it won't close. So most of my stuff is Stamp It Up. Just because when I started getting into the card making game, I went with Stamp It Up products. So, standing up. Gonna make somebody seasick. So, this tote, if I can get in it. Hang on. Punch down. This tote is all of my stamp tools, my paper crafting tools, paper trimmer, punch boards, circle cutter, paper punches. This is actually a kit, and I probably need to take the stuff out of it. I don't know if I can get it open with one hand. Hold, please. Somebody's gonna watch this and go, what is wrong with this chick? I don't know that I can get this open. When all else fails, put the phone in your mouth. So, this is a little kit thing. It came with a punch. These stamps. These little stamps. And if you notice, they're the size of the punch. A couple of ink spots, which I need to pilfer those out because, like I said, and the clear block that I actually don't like. I need to take the stuff out of that. And actually, I really like the tin, so. And then we have the dresser of cross stitch. I use dressers because that's what I have at the moment. And I didn't plan ahead. I should have moved this table. Lovely end table. So, in here we have, are you ready for, I don't think you guys are ready for this. Most people know I bobbinate and am fairly organized with my floss. Yeah, not so much. These are all of the various Krennics that were in that bits bag that I got at the retreat. My bits bag. There's a lot of metallics and variegateds floating around in this drawer. These are my bobbinated DMCs charts that I changed my mind that I didn't want to get rid of. More bits of Krennic. What are these bits? Oh, these are the bits that I couldn't say salvage because they were too short to use stitch with. But I can use them for something else, I'm sure. There's a stitch bow, or a stitch, I don't know what you call this. Somebody made it themselves, that's what you call it. Flosses, they're DMC flosses. Somewhere under here is a booklet of DMC Light Effects threads. More floss. Oh, the flosses. And yes, there's some fabric in here that I didn't put on hangers because it's white. Or it's in rolls. And yes, I have a crap load of loose fabric floss. The newest color tin, which I haven't used any of the colors from. So I have patterns for it. Hey, Amber Marie. You know how we were talking about the Afghan last night? I have an Afghan. She gave me an idea. Amber Murray gave me an idea. And I very well made it. And these are, this isn't, but these are bags divided down by numbers. So 100s, 200s, so on and so forth. These are not. So when I got to search for it, there's Cinderella. So when I got to search for something that's not on a bobbin, I don't know if this door is going to come open with just one hand. Oh! Pattern City. Patterns and kits. Patterns and kits. Kits. I have Disney Dream. That one's Beauty and the Beast. That's not the one that got destroyed, is it? No. The Fabric and Cinderella got wrecked. As you can tell, the floss is okay. The chart's a little rough. But these are full coverage beasts. So Amber Marie, if I ever do a full coverage, it will be a Disney Dream. It'll be Beauty and the Beast first, because most designers don't do Beauty and the Beast. Kits. Is that? I think this is full coverage as well. Yeah, it's full coverage. It's also on linen. Why did I buy this? No, it's on even weave. Maybe we'll try it. Patterns. Long ago, my mom bought me, and I don't even know where she found them. Someday I'll dig it out and show you guys. This big, huge binder. And there's all different kinds of patterns, and it's actually 2 binders. There's another binder underneath of it that's just as big as this one, and they're both full. What is this floss? Oh, this is knee-high floss. I'm like, what is all this? I'm gonna hook it. I should do that and put it on the tree. What is in here? I have no idea what's even in here. Bits and bobs and odds and ends. Ribbon, big ribbon. Empty project bags, plastic envelopes. I was originally going to store my fabric dyes in these, but my dyes now come in tubs, so I should pull the empty project bags out and put them away. Lord only knows what's in this. Actually, I do know what's in the very bottom one. It's, hey, there's some fabric in here. Again, bits and bobs, Stamp It Up catalog, my binder for all of my organizational things on cross stitch. I'm going to eventually make a list of all the fancy flosses and the DMC equivalents. More ribbon. I have a ribbon problem, people. These I did not. These are wax wraps. They're food wraps, so you wrap food up with them. These are not ones that I've made, but I make them. And there's bits of fabric in there. Rice, fabric, light bulbs. And then in the corner we have the Mary sign, my corkboard thing that I made. So this is the main desk that I sit at. This is the desk that I film Flosstube at. As you can see, I stitch at it when I sit in here and stitch. My laptop. So this is my smaller cutting mat. If you've seen any of my Stitch With Me videos, you will know that this is what sits under me. You'll have seen that. I use this one mostly for paper crafting now because I got the big one. We froze for a second. I was originally going to use the top of this dresser as a cutting surface for my cutting fabrics and stuff. It's not big enough. So, but this is my mat. I've got various little bits and bobs on here. The elephant came from my grandmother. Elephant with its trunk up is good luck. So, I've got some needle minders sitting on top of a jar with a lid on it. Why? I don't know, because I'm too lazy to put them away. My needle minders are somewhere in there. They're somewhere in the top drawer. They're underneath of, actually I do know where they're at. They're underneath of the various bits of fabric, floss packs. So, and pens, highlighters, other implements of crafting, which include tweezers, embossing, styluses, and such. Scissors, rulers, there's paper clips in there. There's a couple other things in there. And then this is the desk that I use for cutting. The drawers are all empty, well, except for that one. The drawers are all relatively empty, so I'm going to organize some things that I rarely use into this desk. So that's my new cutting mat. This is my lovely pressing station. It is a towel over the cutting mat. Don't judge. It works. Until I get a piece of board, it works. And then I have my fabric scissors and another elephant from my grandmother. Fabric scissors, rotary cutter, pinking shears over there. This is my sewing machine zone right next to the cutting table. I have no idea what's in this desk. Well, I do kind of know what's in this desk. This drawer is going to have my diamond painting that hasn't been touched in forever, plastic bags, things I need to take out of here. What is this? Oh, embroidery things. So at one point in time I was going to learn how to embroidery. Yeah. Fabric stash. Beads. And a needle threader. Beads because I don't do French knots, so I bought various colors of seed beads on sale. I should make yeah, I should make those colors. This I made myself. It's not on there right. So it's a pin cushion. It's got rice in it to weight it, and batting, and then pockets for thread ripper, scissors, and a waste bucket, a little waste bin for various clips of fabric, you know, small clips of fabric and whatnot. The implements, torture that are sewing related, safety pins, seam ripper, and our friends, pins, quilting needles that just went on the floor. This really needs organized because, yeah. Machine needles. So this is all of the feet and bits and, oh, there was extra bobbins. I didn't know there was extra bobbins in there. I didn't see those when I first got the machine. Doesn't matter. Bobbins from my old machine. There should be bobbins from my new machine. I don't know what that is. Okay, you guys ready? It's a really old picture of me. That is a pre-Joe picture because for the most of the duration I owned that car, it was pre-Joe. Some great pictures in here. Some great pictures in here. What's in here? These are my Fiberlicious threads. Okay, there's a couple weeks in here. These are my Fiberlicious threads. Butterbeans. These are the threads that I go to. I think I have like 3 skeins of butterbean. That is a DMC. And some other various bits of threads that I've never used. Yeah, you can't see any of it because I'm not putting it in the camera. So if I need something that's... Because these are all really randomly variegated. So, hoops! I have a hoop problem. I have a hoop problem for somebody who doesn't really use it much anymore. Bobbins. I cut them out myself. An empty plastic bag. And various bits of, I used to do rock painting, well, I still like rock painting, and various bits of craft things. Hot glue gun, sponges, cording. There's wood planer in there. Yes, I have a wood planer of my own. Pliers, steel wool. Yes, I have steel wool. It's a long story. I have my very own hammer. Tape measure. Then we have a chair with, this is polyfill. The bag of charts that I need to downsize. All of this was on various surfaces in the other room. I need to go through it and organize it and probably throw stuff away. The closet in here. This is all my dye stuff, my fabric dyeing stuff. Of course, there's no light. Woo, bright light. So this is all my fabric dyeing stuff. How I do it. That's to pack up my fabrics. My Victorian mottos are on these guys. I have them separated by color. So the blues, the grays, oranges, reds, and pinks, greens, purples, yellows. I have them all separated by color. These are my fabric. These are my threads for Main Street whenever I get to it. This cabinet doesn't have anything in it at the minute. It's missing 2 of its shelves. We bought it at a garage sale for like $1. We bought it and its mate. Actually, I think we spent $5 for it and its mate. Its mate wasn't modified. This one was. So I have to get this one out of here. And the matching one that's got all 4 shelves in it up here. Yes, there's Pringles in there. Gotta hide the snacks. Hoops and floss and threads and things that came out of my grandmother's basement. My various fabrics. None of these are my own dyes. Some seasonal decor. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. I made this. I think I showed you guys this. I made this. My cups from my grandmother's house that I have yet to do anything with because I don't really have anywhere to throw them. A wreath my mom bought me, or made me. Stitchopoly. Paints. Spray paints. Those little acrylic paints because I rock paint. I do that mostly with my nieces because they like it. These are what's called milk paint. So this is a sample size. So it's a powder. You mix it with water, and it makes a paint. They're all natural, biodegradable, non-hazardous. The powder will store forever. Once you mix it, it does have a limited shelf life, but the powder will store forever, and you really only mix it in quantities that you need it in. 1 part powder will get to 1 part, sorry, itch my face. 1 part powder to 1 part, oh, I'm at 30 minutes already. This is going to get its own little video. So 1 part powder to 1 part water gets you a standard paint consistency. The nice thing about these is you can use more or less water as your item applies. So those are the big tubs of the milk paint, and yes, these suckers are 14 bucks. They are not super cheap, and I can't get it open. So, but you get that much powder in it. You get quite a bit of powder, and the powder stores for, like I said, the powder stores forever. So these have been up here for like at least a year now. So, and most of these I've used bits out of the samples. So this was done with milk paints. And that was I think I did 1 part paint to 1.5 parts of water. I did that a little thicker. I don't have anything else I've done with milk paints here. These are various wood painting things that we've done. I have to do. So this is what I take with me when I go to the hardware store with my mom. It's got paintbrushes and bits and pieces that we use. These are letters that are going to go for something. We've got a kit here, a kit here that are not done yet, and there's sandpaper in there. And that's not going back in there. A pillow I need to finish. Glass bottles for crafts, and I don't know what's in that for crafts. And then just some baskets. So that's it. I gotta get out of the closet. Okay, sorry, my camera just said it was full, and we were done with the little tour of the stitching bag, whip bag, because Sandhouse is on my desk right now. Yeah, I was gonna try to show it to you. Sandhouse is on my desk right now. That's all I got. So that's my craft room. It's not organized at all. When I get it organized, maybe I'll share some more with you guys, but this was like a 45-minute video, and I'm going to cut parts out. So hopefully it won't be all 45 minutes. I've put off working long enough. I need to go do some work. I will see you guys later.